Hello, I'm your host, K. Anthony Jones, here on Studio 122, and right now we are talking to Donovan Spralls about his music thesis. He's a student here, an IT student here, going through Brad Davis to work with his thesis. So, how you doing, Donovan? Thanks for being here with us.
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
That's great. Donovan, now tell us more about this thesis. What is actually going on with this?
So with the thesis, it's a study on music business and online entrepreneurship, online commerce, things of that sort. Kind of clashing the two to study the music industry and study the ways that it works and study how music is distributed and how artists are able to make partnerships and try to create, lucrative longevity out of the work that they make.
All right, so how does Brad come into play with this?
Brad comes into play as a consultant. With his expertise in music, we thought that he could help us kind of get a better grasp of it. And he has also been providing us his studio to work with, giving us time in there, and giving us, his mastering and his mixing skills as well on some of our projects.
Now I know that's great. That's great experience, and it's great like information being received from Greg, because he won some Grammys and whatnot. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Other than that, so what are you looking to do with this thesis exactly? You looking to expand it by the time you finish, continue the label and whatnot? How's that going?
Yeah. Well, we want our thesis to show positive ways for artists and for brands and labels and anything that has to do with online business to get out there and be bigger and better and more kind of on point than they are. We want, especially with music artists, for them to be able to be profitable independents, and we want to be able to show that in a thesis. And then we want that business format that we're going with to expand from just being strictly online for now. Into local and into getting into that legal stage where you're establishing an actual and running an actual business.
Oh, so this is for the artists, and this is for the artists to grow. Now, when you talk about artists, what do you mean specifically? Are you talking about the people are you talking about producers as well, engineers? What all of y'all specifically
when we
for?
say artists, we want to be flexible enough for it to almost be any type of artist. Because from making an album or making music or a project of any sort usually contains a full team of artists, from a designer, a graphic designer for the cover art, and producer, or artist, a mixer, a masterer. You got people that have outside consultants and songwriters and things of that sort. So you get even into poets and writers of all sorts, and then for the PR and for the press releases and publishing and all that, you get into having to get into the computer software and the writing the press releases for that and getting it to the right outlets. So it has a full range of people that we end up working with.
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in here on Studio 122. We have Donovan Spralls here, and we are talking about his music thesis. Okay, when it comes back to those artists that you are talking about, how does they come to approach it? Are you looking for a specific artist? Is there for those who might be wanting to watch this segment that are interested in talking to you, is there any way, how does that process go about?
Like I said, we've been pretty open. So right now, we have links and things where people can submit demos to us and can submit their art of any form to us through email, things of that sort, if they want to be featured on our site or want help in their branding and the spread of their artwork. So we're pretty open with it. It's just whoever approaches us with the opportunity or whoever we approach, and see potential in.
Well, just for the people, is there a way we can get at least a website that they can go and click
The
on?
website is neonbeams.com. We take submissions at neonbeams.com/submissions.
Okay. Well,
And the email is info@neonbeams.com.
okay.
Yes.
Now, as far as from your position, how do you go about with this? Like, as far as sitting in your seat, what is your job when it comes to this the talent, the artist, the keeping the label together, Neon Beams together? What does you fall play? You know what I'm trying to say.
I think of this as my brainchild, and so, I kind of, pilot the ship, so to say. And I make sure everything's in place. I make sure that at least the perspective that we are attacking it with is on the course of action that that we can see it, and that at least I can see it being successful in. I feel like I have a good perspective on that, and getting the outside consultation from people like Brad and any other professionals we work with really helps with that.
Okay. And obviously, this is started here in Commerce. Are y'all looking to expand anywhere out?
Yes, with Commerce being close to the Dallas area and things like that, we obviously want to expand into that city. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, so I would love to take, the whatever comes about from this project back home to expand it there, and even expand it, across the, United States, and then even other places in the world.
Okay. Well, is there anything else specifically about this thesis that we probably haven't discussed that you would like to share with?
Uh, no, look for it. It's gonna be out there. It's gonna pop up in your face, and somewhere, somehow. And now I'm really excited to see what it becomes, see how far it goes, because we've already made a lot of headway, and the future looks bright for it.
Well, I do wish you luck, and for any future talent, I hope everything goes well with that as well. Thank you all for tuning in to Studio 122. I was talking to Donovan Spralls here about his music thesis, so hope you all enjoy. I'm Kanthony Jones, your host.